It's morphin' time. Pterodactyl.
Hi there, this is Datila with Rangers of Wrestling, bringing you the Wrestling Time Post Show. And for tonight, I will be reviewing both AEW Rampage and Friday Night SmackDown. But first, let's talk about the news that broke today. Mike Johnson of the PWI Insider reporting that Cody Rhodes has indeed signed with WWE. That multiple WWE sources have confirmed it, and he's inked this deal about 10 to 14 days ago, and he is not scheduled to debut until WrestleMania weekend. Sorry about that. And and he will be on the Raw brand. So if he's not scheduled to debut till WrestleMania, does that mean we're not gonna see him? Oh, Michael 101 says it's showtime. Steve saying yo. Huge loss for AEW, but I'm okay with Cody going to WWE. Really? I know some people were not happy with Cody going to WWE, but honestly, like they teased on Raw. They teased Cody Rhodes. Like Seth Rollins did the whole ear thing. He wore gold pants with black stripes on them. Corey Graves on commentary had said Seth Rollins' dreams were dashed, and now it's turned into a nightmare. But so if he's not scheduled to debut till WrestleMania, what's Seth Rollins gonna do? Is he gonna be like John Cena when he was waiting for a response with the Undertaker? And he's just gonna sit in the crowd. Maybe he's gonna do an open challenge, and then Cody Rhodes shows up. I don't know. I guess I am kind of curious to see how they're gonna do the angle, but other than that, we got 2 weeks left till WrestleMania, so it's definitely gonna be see what Seth Rollins going to be doing on Raw for the next 2 weeks until Cody Rhodes shows up. But with that being said, let's kick things off talking about Rampage. All right, so Rampage kicked off with Darby Allen versus the Butcher. I'm not a huge fan of the Butcher or the Blade. I really am not, but I actually liked this match. I enjoyed it. One of the things that I liked was that, oh my God, like the Butcher just grabbed Darby Allen and he spun him. Like, he threw him like he was a rag doll. Let me see what people are saying. It's official? Seth versus Cody at WrestleMania? Well, it sounds like it's official. They didn't really confirm that, but they did confirm that he did sign. So I heard that was the plan, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. One of the other things I liked about this match is that Darby Allen got swung into the barricade. Oh, and then the poor Butcher missed Darby Allen. He ended up hitting in the steel steps. Opening was good. Yeah, it definitely was good. Commentary kept bringing up that Darby Allen injured the Butcher and he was out for 5 months. So he was taking out his frustrations on Darby Allen during this match. Crazy spot in that match was that coffin drop off. Yeah, it definitely was. Darby bit the Butcher's hand. Ouch. That must have hurt. And he slapped him. Homeboy ended up slapping the Butcher. But like Michael 101.591 said, the crazy spot in this match was that coffin drop to the outside, like from the top rope. Wow, that was incredible. I actually really like that spot. And it's because of that spot that Darby Allin actually ended up winning this by count out. So it tells me something's not over between them. Then the AFO came out and they attacked Sting and Darby. Then the Hardy Boys, or as commentary called them, Hardy Brothers, came out and he saved them. Matt said that since they were even up now, they should get their butts back into the ring and let's sort them out. AFO teased that they were going to get back in the ring, but they did not. So Matt Hardy challenged them to an 8-man Texas Tornado tag match, which I'm actually pretty excited to see. I think it'll be a great match. Then we had legit Leyla Hirsch versus Velvet, which actually was not a bad match. It was actually a really decent match. I liked it. Of course, Leyla Hirsch attacking Red Velvet in the middle of the ramp. And then Red Velvet gave Leyla Hirsch a suplex on the ramp. So that must have hurt. I really like those combination shots too later the Red Velvet did. And a clever move by Red Velvet, putting her boot on the bottom rope. And then at one point, Leyla grabbed a Red Velvet's hair. Anybody that has long hair, such as, I have long hair, knows that long hair is not good, especially in a fight, because it can easily pull your hair. And then, I don't know what's going on with Chris Statlander, but she came out. She stopped Leyla Hirsch from using that turnbuckle, but she just did not look like herself. So I'm curious to see where that is going to lead to, or that allowed Red Velvet to be victorious in this match. Steve Callahan saying the match was all right. Joe Shipley saying, I guess we will see Coda at WrestleMania 38. Yeah, I guess so. It sounds like it. I mean, I guess we gotta wait and see. So then after that, we had the trios tag match, the House of Black versus Bear Country and Fuego del Sol. First of all, I have to say I really liked how dominant House of Black was in this match. Like, they dominated Bear Country and Fuego del Sol. At one point, poor Boulder was left alone in the ring with all three members of House of Black. And he tried his best to take them down, but it was all in vain. He could not take them out. So, and then Fuego del Sol came out. He tried to take them out too, but wasn't enough, and House of Black ended up being victorious in this. So, another good match. I actually really liked it. Then we get a Penta promo. Let me see. Steve Callahan saying, good trios match. Yeah, definitely. Good trios match, I would say. The Penta promo, basically, I love the fact that he says it in Spanish. And since I speak Spanish, I don't need any translation. But that's why... Alex Abrahamtis is there. Let me see. House of Black, I knew was going to win against Bear Country and Jobber del Sol. Yeah, I think we all knew that. All right. So, is the death... So they said that the death triangle is pretty much inevitable. And that changing Penta and turning him dark is where he feels the most comfy. So, I'm curious to see how much more we get Penta Oscuro. I really like Penta Oscuro. And let me see, Swerve and Keith Lee, let's go. Yeah, in the main event, that's for sure. So I'm really digging that promo by Penta Oscuro. And then in the main event, we got Keith Lee versus Max Caster. Did anybody notice that they were wearing matching colors? They both had black and pink. And I know Max Caster did because he pointed that out in his rap. But this was a really good match. I liked how Keith Lee just picked up Max Caster like nothing. I really did. He started twisting his hand and would not let him go. And then he got a vicious right hand by Max Caster. Main event was good. Yeah, the whole show was good. Honestly, I really liked Rampage tonight. I did notice that. You did notice that they were wearing matching colors? Yeah, I pointed that out very quickly. Oh, and then at one point, Keith Lee bodied Max Caster. Powerhouse Hobbs came out to watch the match, which I thought was very interesting. Of course, Keith Lee ended up being victorious. Do we really think Max Caster stood a chance? No. But at the end, oh my God, everybody came. You love Joe Shipley? Okay. So, at the end, everybody came for Keith Lee. Like, Powerhouse Hobbs came, Ricky Starks was in there, Max Caster. He got hit with that boombox. And then at the end, Keith Lee was winning. That shoulder tackle he does is always good. Yeah, hell yeah, it is. And then at the end, guess who comes out? Swerve Strickland comes out. He comes out with the chair and then everybody bells. So I'm curious to see a pairing between Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. I think that would be a good pairing. I'm actually really excited to see where that goes. But with that being said, Rampage ended. That's how Rampage ended. I'd give it I'd give it a really good rating. I give it a 4 out of 5. It was definitely really good. Really good show, and an 8 out of 10. I'd say that for sure. So now we move on to everyone's favorite show of the evening, Friday Night Smackdown. Yay! Rampage is a 7 out of 10. Thank God he's not Bearcat Keith Lee anymore, yeah? All right. So, Steve Callahan saying snoozed on. Okay. All right. So, SmackDown kicked off. Let's see. Joe Shipley says give in 9 out of 10. All right. So, SmackDown kicked off with Roman Reigns, who says that tonight he will see Brock Lesnar. There's Rampage is 6 out of 10. Oh, okay, we're getting good scores for Rampage. I'm curious to see what you guys give Smackdown. Time for Sleep Down. I like that you guys give SmackDown all these different nicknames. You guys give it Bore Down, Snooze Down, Sleep Down. Jeez, I really like all this stuff, you guys. So basically, Heyman tells Roman that that Lesnar's not going to be there. Then he tells him that he is. Actually, the show was just meh tonight. Yeah, of course, it was alright. It wasn't too bad. And he says that Brock Lesnar was on his way. And so here's the thing that gets to me. So they go to the back, and you see Brock Lesnar in a pitchfork about to attempt murder, for Christ's sakes. I mean, he rammed that car with that forklift, I should say. I mean, sorry. Yet WWE cuts to commercial break. They cut to commercial break. And then when they get back, they show you what happened. I don't get why they didn't just play the whole segment instead of cutting to commercial break. Joe Shipley saying, I almost slept on SmackDown main event. I don't blame you. Michael 101591 saying we might get Keith Lee and Swerve versus Hobbs and Ricky Starks in a match on Rampage. Oh, actually, I would like that. Swerve saying Rampage is SmackDown is greater than SmackDown. Brock's car door is greater than Rampage. That's for sure. So yeah, so they cut. So okay, so it shows you it goes to commercial break, and then it comes back, and then it shows you that during the commercial, what happened during commercial break, and it shows you that Brock Lesnar ripped the door off a truck, and then he goes out to the ring. This leads into his segment. Let me see. It says Michael 1015 saying that was so stupid to cut to commercial. They should have just let it play out. Exactly. So like, and then he goes out to the ring holding the door, and he basically says that he's out for blood and that Roman should better get prepared, and he'll see him in 2 weeks. So, like, I that segment would have been so much more impactful and powerful, or I should say stronger, if they did not cut to commercial break and they didn't have Lesnar go out there and cut a promo. That was not necessary. I would rather watch Paul Heyman run. Me too. I'd rather watch Paul Heyman run. That was hilarious. So then we got Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs versus the Lethal Lovers, Los Lotharios, Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Wasn't a bad match. Wasn't too bad. But I did like that military press that he did 10 times to Angel, and he threw him to Humberto. But of course, Nakamura and Rick Boogs were victorious. I'd rather watch Brock Lesnar just walk around with a huge car door. I think we all would. All right, so then this leads into the match we were supposed to get last week, the 6-man tag match. It was Drew McIntyre and the Viking Raiders versus Happy Corbin, Jinder Mahal, and Shanky. I don't know what to say about this match except for that. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. And we didn't get it last week, so we got it this week. Of course, Drew McIntyre and the Viking Raiders end up being victorious. We find out that Sami Zayn wants to challenge Johnny Knoxville to an Anything Goes match. And then later on in the night, Johnny Knoxville accepts Sami Zayn's offer. So I'm actually pretty excited to see that. That would probably allow for the rest of the Jackass crew to come out. And give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. But that would have allowed for the Jackass crew to probably get involved in this match. So I think that's probably what's going to happen. Because I don't think that they would allow Johnny Knoxville to wrestle a one-on-one match in its entirety. Do you think Rick Boogs... Oh my god, okay. So Michael 101591 says Brock's car door is greater than Deplorable's SmackDown roster. Do I think Rick Boogs and Shinsuke got in, like, What? I'm not gonna read that. All right. So then we had Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, who are now going by the name of Live for Brutality. I guess it's not a bad name. Could have been worse. But I actually really like this match, and I was enjoying this match. But of course, typical WWE, they ruin it by having the makeshift team of Natty and Shayna Baszler get involved in this match and causing it to end in a no contest. They attack everybody. Then Zelina and Carmella hold up their titles, and basically afterwards they go backstage, and then they get added to the match by Sonya Deville. Like, what was that? Like that. Let me see. WWE desperate for another tag team. Yeah, they pretty much are. I mean, you know, like the tag team divisions. Last year's WrestleMania Night 1, the women's tag match was the weakest match on the card. I feel like this is going to be the weakest match on Night 2. Michael 101591 saying it was a good match that was ruined by bad creative in the end, just like Jericho always says. Steve Callahan saying they're just getting rid of everybody for WrestleMania. Yeah, that's true. That is true. So then we get Pat McAfee saying that he starts cutting a promo because he got something to the back. So then he come out to the ring. And then he starts cutting a promo saying that on a random Monday when he was 11, he stumbled upon pro wrestling. And he saw something that was magical. And he said, but a bunch of other professions got in the way. And that he got a call from the greatest of all time, Michael Cole. And that he had been dreaming of being in the WWE. And then Austin Theory comes out and says that he wants an apology. So then Pat McAfee starts saying that he is sorry. He's sorry he's going to beat him up. And he basically just starts saying sorry for all these other things, but not actually saying he's sorry for the attack. And then Austin Theory shows Pat, and that's pretty much it. Michael 101591 says, very missed segment. Nobody cares for Pat versus Theory. Source says, Rich Holland is fired after WrestleMania. My boy said, really? Too many people hate Holland in the back. Wow, well, yeah, because he injured Big E, probably. And then we get Kofi Kingston versus Rich Holland. Why Rich Holland? I'm surprised Rich Holland was even allowed to be on SmackDown after he injured. Actually, scratch that. After he broke Big E's neck. Seriously, like, I'm surprised. And I'm surprised he won this match, too. He won it because Butch still managed to cause a distraction, even though him and Sheamus got ejected. I wish they kept Pete's name. I think we all do. Steve Callahan saying blah. Yeah, definitely. Like, I honestly am surprised nothing has happened to Rich Holland yet. Well, Holland did visit Big E in the hospital, Michael 10159 says, and apologized to him. Yeah, an apology, but an apology is not going to take back the 6 to however many weeks Big E's going to be out. An apology is not going to fix, if Big E's career is over with, an apology is not going to fix that. It's not, so. Then we get a segment called Charlotte's Challenge. I don't know why they called it that. And she's basically saying that she's the mountain that Ronda needs to climb to create a legacy. And then when Ronda loses again, she's going to go and have another baby. Ouch. Ouch. But Charlotte says that she will be there week after week. And then this basically leads to Ronda coming out. Charlotte has a kendo stick. Of course she has a kendo stick. And then Ronda does the ankle lock on Charlotte. Charlotte whacks her with the kendo stick. And then Charlotte chokes Ronda with the kendo stick and puts her through the table. And that's how SmackDown closes. I feel like that's just basically like a repeat of last week, except it's not a parking lot brawl. It just happened outside. SmackDown was okay. It wasn't too bad. I give it SmackDown was 3 out of 10. Something about that apology was bad. He said it wasn't how someone... Something about that apology was bad to who he said. It wasn't somehow it should, I guess. Like, ASAP, you go and you spend the night. Who knows how you... I guess that goes back to what they say in customer service. It's not what you say. It's how you say it that matters. I hope Big E's career isn't over. Yeah, I think all of us are hoping Big E's career is not over, but we don't know. Michael 101591 saying a 3 out of 10. Wow, that's how low you rate SmackDown. I'm gonna be generous and give them a 5 out of 10. A 5 out of 10 for me. Of course, I think Rampage was a much stronger and better show. That's not me being biased towards AEW or me bashing WWE. That's just my feelings, but you guys can feel free to disagree with me in the comments down below. Hey. But that being said, that concludes this review, and thank you guys all so much for watching and for your continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys Monday after Monday Night Raw. Have a great night, and may the power protect each and every one of you. Bye.